ABB, baby. Oh, boxing
Peace and
broadcast.
blessings. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on,
Welcome to
Will?
All Boxing Broadcast.
Yeah, let's get it. Y'all know what it is. We got trending up in the building. We also got
Paulie. Got Brian.
yeah. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it. Chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Talking that talk. Know about the boxing world. We got a lot of big fights coming up. Man, let's just jump right straight into it. Big fight next week. We got Tim Tszyu. Would have been against
Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman, but because of injury, we now have the giant Fundora. Let's get right into that fight, man, because that's gonna be a good fight, man. What you think about that fight? And
Like,
also on that card, we got Rolly Romero um against Isaac Cruz.
yeah. I think, in a way, it's good that Keith Thurman, even though I wanted to see it bad, I wanted to see Keith Thurman, like, stop fighting again and get active because he hasn't fought, obviously. But it's going to be fun seeing Tinzu versus, like, a 6'5", tall tall ass guy with an 80-inch reach, a crazy reach like that, crazy height. It's gonna be like a David versus Goliath. It's gonna be entertaining. It's like who was that guy? He was like 7'1" Russian. He fought David Hay back in the day.
Right. I can't
Yeah,
remember
it's
his
gonna be
name,
like
but
that.
yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be probably something like a Tyson Lennox Lewis type fight too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He really gonna have to Tim Tszyu gonna have to put in some work to get in there, get him within that reach.
You know what? Too, they say that guy Fortuna. He doesn't fight tall. He likes to fight on the inside. And I watched a little bit of him, like highlights, and I watched. He does like to go on the inside and fight. He doesn't like to take advantage of his height.
So he don't. Maybe he's going a little bit in his jab, but a
Yeah,
little bit back on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman had a real good match not too long ago against and I know he was coming up in weight, but Mario Barrio. So he looked pretty good then. You know what I mean? So I was pretty excited for that fight to see that
yeah.
fight
I thought he
happen.
looked good.
You know what I mean? So um shouts out to Keith Thurman. Hope you come on back. Give us some more action, man. We miss you.
Yeah,
Boxing
Yeah,
world
hopefully it
wants to
gets
definitely.
see you
better.
back. Yeah, definitely. But like you said, moving on because this is a big fight. This is a unified belt fight. They fighting for not only the WBC super min- welterweight world title,
WBC and WBO, right?
but also the WBO. So now the winner of this can go and fight for uh start working on becoming the next undisputed champion of the welterweight division.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up
And
with Jamel Charlo too? I know he got his belt taken and they gave it to Tim Tszyu fought for it or whatever. But does he have like the other belts in the division, or like, do you know what's going on with that?
um, I'm not really sure. Um, okay,
You should
okay, bro. Prince,
look
take it
up.
away.
Is Jamel Charlo still world champion? If you could. I think I think he still has the belt. So
Yeah, he says the 33-year-old Houston native who lives in Missouri City is the current WBC middleweight champion of the world and boasts an undefeated record of 33 and 0, 22 knockouts.
Yeah, he was only stripped of the WBA.
all right, so he's still the WBC champ.
And Charlo's
Yeah.
coming off a 10-round unanimous decision win over the contender Joseph Benavides Jr. on November 23, and that was a good fight too.
What you call it? Crawford just needs to fight Timzu, and he needs to fight him in Australia.
Say
That
Crawford needs to fight Sun Tzu in Australia.
that'll be the big money fight he could get.
Okay, okay, okay. I like that. I like that. I don't think Crawford would have a problem with that either.
Yeah,
Not at all. But how do you see this fight going? Do you see Timzu? Do you see this fight going the distance, going knockout? How do you see this fight going so far?
Timzu Crawford.
No, Timzu Fundora.
Oh, it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a little difficult for Tim Tszyu because he's fighting a tree. But
Right.
other than that, if he comes out with a game plan and I see it going like I see the fight going 12 rounds unless Big Boy himself can use his height to his advantage. But other than that, Tim Tszyu I've seen Tim Tszyu fight not as tall of a fighter, but tall fighters, and he's did all right. So it could go in this fight. It could go either way, but it's just I feel like
Timzu
no, the other fighter
Fortuna.
Fortuna has the
So
advantage. My
so
bad.
asking
Fortuna
you,
has the event has a little bit of an advantage, with his height, and his reach. If he could play and keep it a little bit of distance, but because if Tenzu could get him closer, then Tenzu can make it a fight for him, in a way.
I feel like he needs to work the body, and I feel like Timzu will probably win by knockout. But at the same time, it's a 2 week notice. This guy is a beast. This guy is a 6'5" guy
Exactly.
with the height and the reach advantage on a 2 week notice, and he was training for Keith Thurman with a whole different style. You never know if this guy
fighting
has a
for different
Buster
fights.
Douglas. Yeah,
Yeah, both of these fighters were training for different fights 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So this is definitely, in my opinion, I'm gonna lean towards Tim Tszyu in this fight. I just feel like he just has that a little more grit. I feel like he can, like you were just was saying, work the body to work his way in to land some nice shots. I can't really say it's gonna be a knockout fight, but I mean, if he worked the body enough, Buddy might not come out the corner. You know what I mean? Um,
you know what
Easy.
too,
That's a tall guy to be that small.
and
Exactly.
if the dude tries to get in close to Timzu, that might be a mistake.
That's
He
what I
might
was
just
saying.
walk right into a punch like how does the guys.
If Timzu
Right.
plays the body and gets him to come on his level, then yeah. But in a way, it could go either way because the way how Timzu's it's only has like 2 weeks to prepare for this, so like he's preparing for a whole other beast. And but either or, like you are right. I feel like Timzu might get the win, but you never know. This guy being tall like this, and the height always plays
Yeah.
advantage if the guy can. But I don't know. Uh, it's just one of those fights I can't give my great assessment on.
You know what too?
Right. Right.
you gotta think this guy's 6'5" and he's fighting 154. He might be losing too much weight and he might be
Exactly.
drained and he might be weak and maybe that's why he got knocked out his last fight. Maybe this division isn't his division. Maybe he
Right.
needs to move up.
With that
I
height.
think that's something like what Benavidez, uh, realized fighting at those lower weights. It just wasn't his style, so he kept, he's going up. Like it's just only right for him to go up. I mean, like, his best
Especially at that
fight,
height, it's only
yeah,
right to go up. It's only right to go up. The more power, the
Yeah,
better
he's
for
like
you.
6'2".
yeah, yeah. He used to be 250 or somewhere close to 250, 250 pounds, Benavidez, and to
You,
come down to, 100 pounds, like, knowing that your body can naturally carry that weight again, but better or get close to it. I mean, why not fight at you know, 175?
you know
Be
what
strong.
too? Baby tried to go at the winner of Arthur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol fight for undisputed light heavyweight. You know,
Right. Hold on.
it went the nice left. Yeah,
Eh,
but yeah, David Benavidez go to light heavyweight, try to fight the winner of Arthur Beterbiev and
Yeah, but
Dmitry Bivol.
why not take a shot? Like instead of just chasing Canelo around, why not
Yeah,
take a chance
exactly.
and try to fight someone someone else and keep making a
I,
name for yourself.
I was saying, why not go after the winner of Dmitry Bivol, Arthur Benavidez for the undisputed light heavyweight? Like Brian was saying a second ago, forget about the Canelo fight. Chase Greatness, Chase Undisputed.
Right. But
It's only
just
gonna
like the
it's only gonna lead him to Canelo. That if
Yeah,
he
that would lead him to Canelo. Yeah,
taking out an
right,
opponent, taking out
building up his own resume. Yeah,
yeah.
right. But let's talk about this. Canelo is Canelo a duck for asking for 150 to 250 million to fight David Benavidez?
that hey, the way I look at it, it's like I can't tell you like how much Canelo's worth or whatever. Like I think maybe the Saudis would put it up because I think they're giving Tyson Fury like 150 for Usyk. Maybe I could see like 150 tops for like a undisputed fight, but at the same time, it's like a all-out Mexican brawl. Is that really a Saudi fight? I don't, I don't know. You know,
Right. But he did. One thing I will say is, I guess the best next thing instead of fighting Benavidez would have been fighting um Mueg. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't want to mess with his name. Can't think of his
Bugia.
name. Magia.
Yeah,
Magia. Yes. Um, because there you go again. It's another Mexican boxer, and he is no slouch either. He is pretty much a knockout artist.
I would say
Not
yeah.
Dave.
He might be
Not
the
Dave
next up.
Benavidez. No.
Yeah, two different kind of boxers, definitely. The two upcoming young great talents. I chip I give Canelo a little chip in the shoulder that he took that fight with Magia. I can't wait to see that. You know,
Yeah.
is he still the guy that runs this, or is it going to be Magia's turn? Is it going to be like, hey, it's my turn to show that I'm ready to take over? Or well, let's see, because right now everyone thinks Canelo just wants the money, but this is a fight that he could prove, like, hey, this is why I want the money because I'm still the top don.
E-
I'm worth the pennies. You see the knockouts. Are we gonna see this against the McGee, or McGee gonna be like, nope, it's my turn, Papa, it's my turn. You
It's
know?
exactly because Gia did knock out John Ryder, and even though
Mm-hmm.
Canelo really beat up John Ryder bad, he wasn't able to get the knockout like Canelo was, and that's what pretty much led to the fight.
Right, right. Two things about this fight. Uh, I really do like this fight. Really do like that he picked this fight. I do feel like Canelo, like you said, held his own in this fight. Um, mm, but who do we know of anybody who's asked for that type of money for a fight?
Not really. That's a little outrageous. The money.
Maybe a Floyd Mayweather type guy, But like I was saying recently, I feel like Canelo, his new focus is the money. I feel like he said my legacy is sealed. Now it's money time. I'm trying to be the richest boxer to ever live type wave. That's why he made that deal with Aztec TV,
Oh, okay.
350 million. I think he's focused on the money right now.
Let's go, Canelo, because you about to put on a nice fight with with Munguia, and I listen, fireworks and explosions, man. You better bring popcorn. Um, but I think the money was a duck, but I like the fight. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a duck for choosing who he chose. Because he could have chose a couple of other fighters. You know what I mean? He could have chose. I mean, what if he would have chose Boo Boo? What would the people say? They fight at
Yeah,
the same weight, right?
yeah. Boo Boo fights at 168.
Yeah. So what if he would have chose that fight or his opponent, David Morrell? What if
Yep,
he would have chose that opponent? What could people say then? So this is the
exactly.
perfect fight. This is the
Because
perfect
people say
Cinco de Mayo
DB's
fight.
talking to
You know what
him.
I'm saying? Yeah, this is gonna be a great fight. I'm definitely looking
Yeah.
forward to it. But I mean, man, I'm gonna get to see who's all gonna be on that fight card because we got some pretty good fight cards coming up. Um, in the near future, we got some really really good fight cards coming up because everybody got their time. Mayweather was the face of boxing. Canelo is the face of boxing, or maybe what I'm saying was the face of boxing. Devin Haney said he the face of boxing, but I mean his track record.
Yeah, you gotta get you gotta get your pay-per-views up.
He ain't really selling, bro.
Man, Ryan Garcia sold more in one fight with Tank Peter.
I think
So
Devin Haney's top
hello.
pay-per-views was 100,000 with Lomachenko.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's gonna be. I don't think, man, the heavy Regis. I think it was lower than 50 when the numbers really came out. Like, and numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna manipulate the numbers. We can Google it. You know what I'm saying? We can now Google it that now. You know, for a long time they was hiding those numbers from us. And they were
Yeah,
saying that it
'cause
sold this and it sold that. But we know now what it sold. Um, but also, man, we got some good prospects fighting. Um, Ben Whitaker. He doesn't have an opponent right now. He'll be fighting on the May 31st card. Um, Ben Shalom's boxing in London. It says Sky Sports or Peacock. Uh, so this is an Ben Whitaker fights at light heavyweight, and this man is I don't really know what this. I mean, this man is an amazing boxer. He's a great talent.
Yeah.
He's a great talent, and I'm happy that it's something like somebody like this in the boxing world and being successful at it, not just doing it and getting beat up. You know, this is his actual style. This is how he doing it, and um, until somebody can find a blueprint on him, hey man, he gonna put on some amazing fight.
yeah, he's one of the few dudes in boxing that you want to tune in every fight, every minute. You know, he's never gonna give you a dull moment. The way he moves, it's like he has the
Something
potential.
special. It's something
Yeah,
special.
yeah, he has potential to be something special.
And they love him over there. They love him.
And we need to try to get him on some of these U.S. cards. It would be nice to see a Ben Whitaker on a Tank card, or, or maybe a Canelo card, or
And, and he deserves it.
maybe
It's just, I'm still trying to decide in my head what fighter do we put there with him? You know, what would be like some fireworks that bring him out here and like broadcast his talent. You know, because he's nasty. I like him.
yeah, yeah, he is fighting at light heavyweight. Who are some light heavyweight contenders right now? Well, that's 175, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Arthur Benavides,
Ooh,
Dimitri Bivol,
ooh, yeah, that's some good.
Does he want to test the waters that fast?
maybe David Benavides.
And, hey, Benavides. Come on, hey, that's a nice little fight for Benavides.
Yeah, he got some size too.
You know,
Y'all think he ready for Benavidez right now?
Nah, he needs a little more work till he faces
Yeah,
them guys.
I want to see him. I want to see him improving though. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah,
whole
climb the
thing.
ranks.
Definitely
that's
want to see him
why.
improving. Definitely want to see him improving though. Because I want to see if it's for real. Not. I mean, I like it. You know, we need that excitement in all levels and all weight classes of boxing. Different fighters to bring out. You know, just that excitement back on all levels. There's some good fights that's going on Golden Boy as well on their network, and I think it's on YouTube for free. Um,
It's time to shake it up over there.
yeah, man, it's definitely time. Like just like what Saudi Arabia is doing with the heavyweights, man, they putting on
Yeah.
some good fight cards. And speaking of heavyweights, I believe that we'll be seeing um
Wilder and Zhang, right?
yeah, Wilder and Zane, man.
Yeah,
That
you're right.
Rematch.
that is going to be that's a make it or break it. You know what I'm saying? Fight for
Cause that first fight that was a fight.
They fought.
No, my bad. I can't wait for this first fight.
Yeah. I,
yeah,
I think Wilder has a shot in this one. Cause,
yeah,
'cause as good as Zhang is, and obviously Zhang got a chance because bang you out. He
right,
has slow feet, and he's not dodging
yeah,
punches. Wilder could get you. I don't care who you are. That right hand still works.
The Zhang showed us that he still has power in those hands, just because he got
Oh
outboxed.
yeah.
But if Wilder could come in the same approach as what's his name that he just fought? Zhang just fought. What's it?
Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker.
If Wilder could come in that sense of I'm gonna outbox you, but let me see if I can hit you with a big shot or two, because this boy Zhang, you could see he could take a big punch. It's just he doesn't he gets outboxed. I think that's when the only time he loses really when he gets outboxed.
Gassed up.
Yeah, he gets like gassed out and out of air.
Yeah, that's the thing too. They both get gassed out.
And Wilder needs to take that accountability, not go in there trying to throw blows with this big boy, because this big boy could if he lands a shot, he can put you on your butt, And as you see what Parker did, he just outboxed, he just threw more punches and just didn't give Zhang the chance to come up with a a combination or a game plan,
You know what? Too. Zhang barely threw punches versus Joseph Parker. He has no gas tank like that right now. Deontay Wilder doesn't got a gas tank because he's gonna get outweighed too. So I don't know who's gonna gas out first.
Right, man. I really would like to see Deontay Wilder add any type of defense, any type of head movement, any type of movement to his fighting style. Man, I ain't saying that man, this man been a champion. But I mean, it seems like people are now going to try to do the same thing over and over again against. They're going to try to outbox him. They're not going to stand there and stand in the pocket and get knocked out alive. But that's generally what happens when you stand in front of Wilder. So I would like to see him make that adjustment.
And I would like Wilder to. My bad for cutting in. I would also like Wilder to put a little beef up to his legs. It's the only thing he needs to put a little more weight behind his legs so he could get a little bit of more behind his hands with it. I feel like he's coming in
top heavy.
Top heavy, you know what I'm saying? Not enough down. I'm not trying to judge him anyway because he's a great boxer. It's just I feel like work on his legs a little more, and he could really outbox Zhang, and that's it. That's a win for him if he could get those legs on point.
Right. I mean, shoot, that's something I'm kind of working on personally. It's my legs, you know what I'm saying?
And if he beats Zhang, he could potentially get the rematch with Joseph Parker and maybe get that revenge that loss.
Right.
Because people are saying that last fight, people were like, "Hey, should he retire?" But now it's like, "Hey, you got another big one. Make some noise,"
He's saying it was a fluke and he felt funny ever since he got off the plane or something.
Now, I'm going to be honest. He didn't come out and look like none of the Deontay Wilder fights that I've seen, really. And it definitely did look like Joseph Parker just kind of was just working over. Like he was just, in his best. You know what I mean? On the best. He just had his best day. I had to give him to him. Like I don't take nothing away from the fight, but that did not resemble Deontay. But we don't know the effects of him fighting Tyson Fury 3 times. You know what I mean? Not really, because he hasn't had to have to stand in the ring. Really, no time with nobody. The last couple of fights he had, they've all been pretty much quick knockout.
Yeah. Maybe he when he felt funny from flying over in the plane, that's why sometimes it's better to fly there early, a few weeks early,
Hey, everyone always has an excuse for a loss, So it's that fight. You could clearly see Joseph Parker. He beat him. So I'm not trying to.
Yeah, we're not discrediting.
We're not discrediting my boy Wilder. I love Wilder. I'm an American. USA. I want my boy Wilder to win, but he just needs to get back, like I said, work on his legs because he's already got hands. But if he works on his legs and he's not getting gassed in these fights, I don't think no one can touch Wilder. It's just that he loses always. It's at the end of the fight. If you notice, he loses because he starts to get gassed.
A little more to his game, and he could be a world champion again.
Absolutely, and that's why I said, I would like to see Wilder make those little adjustments that can take him back championship contention level. Um, you know, I mean, how many losses Canelo got? Not a bunch, but he got enough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who have, in the champions back in the day, them boys carry losses too. But they fought with their heart, like Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. The boys, they took losses, but they came out the heart of a champion. Like to see that from Wilder, especially in this fight right here,
Yeah.
especially in this fight. Um,
He got cojones. He's not afraid to take a loss.
that one more time.
He got cojones. He's not afraid to take a loss.
Right, right, right. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I
And
like my boy Wilder. I like him.
That's what the heavyweight division
Ducks
needs.
Mama!
It needs guys that aren't afraid to take a loss, you know?
that's right. That's right. That's right. And then, Jared Anderson is getting back into box. He's coming back again, April the 13th, a week before the big fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I like to see Jared Anderson getting back into action as well.
Oh, he's on the undercard?
Oh no, he's fighting
No, he's right.
week
Oh,
before.
week before.
Yeah.
hmm He's
Yeah, I'm
fighting
happy to see him back on the scene. Heavyweight division needs him.
definitely, man. Because I believe he can, if he can consistently put in the work and and build on each and every fight from here on out, he can be a championship contender in within the next year or two. And because we need some new blood in that championship division, you know, as well as Daniel Du Bois and others, But that is a good one right there because he can hit any he got moves everything. Um,
He could
not
hit and
as
get hit.
yeah,
Yeah.
not as fast as Usyk or a Slim Tyson Fury, but definitely good hand speed, good combos, and like I said, good power, good power.
He's all around good. All
hmm
around good. He's got
Just needs defense, though. That's
yeah,
his only.
but he's working on it. You can see the last fight he's getting better. He
Oh
needs to
yeah,
take less
oh
hits,
yeah.
what I'm saying, and get more.
He's still young.
Still young and they'll get there. They'll get there, and I can't wait. I'm gonna definitely a fight I'm gonna look into. Can't wait the week later of this fight.
Right, right. April
I
13th.
love my big boys. I love my heavyweights. So God bless the heavyweights.
Yeah,
That's
they need to bring it back. That's why I love the Saudis.
Right, right. And it should be on ESPN, look like. Oh, not ESPN Plus. So that should be a good fight. You should be able to
definitely
listen to
take
that
that to
fight.
advantage.
That to take that to an advantage. You know what I mean? Mm. Well, then we have week after that, we like I said, we have the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia fight for the WBC super lightweight world title. And this fight, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know whether to believe that the antics or whether to believe the training videos. this is kind of confusing to me. I don't know whether the
You got to
Ryan
don't believe in the
Ryan
antics, bro. Because I just seen another video from it was what you call it Ryan, Eden Ross, and Charles White, and he's over here talking about Prime, and he's eating candies and the chips before a fight. So it's like, come on, if you're talking all this that Prime's bad, this and that, them candy, those sour candies you eat, and they ain't nothing better than that Prime shit. So it's like, no need a you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in antics. But the other thing, the videos, I think he's there. I think the fighting's, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I hope nothing gets. I hope that we get to see this fight. You know, I hope nothing gets in the fair way. But I feel like Ryan's there. He's training. I think it's just a way to sell the fight to get more people in tune. So he's gonna play the antics. You know, to like, hey, this that. Hey, some stuff is true what he's saying, but some stuff it's like, come on, Ryan, come on. Just let's. You're a boxer, brother. We love you, man. You're a boxer, man. We love God too. We believe in God. That's all true and stuff. But some stuff, it's like, come on, Rye. Keep that to yourself and keep fighting. I like what you're fighting for. But right now, boxing, you got Devin Haney. He's a great. He hasn't lost yet, and you got to go over there and take his belt. It's not like he's coming over here. You got to go over there and take his belt. So let's stick to boxing at the end of the day. That's all I'm gonna say with Ryan. So the people, from me to the people, don't believe in antics because that's just to sell the fight. Just to know that it's gonna be a good fight, and Ryan needs to chill out and just someone needs to keep the camera away from him. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff like keep the camera away from him and put a boxing bag in front of him. That's it.
Hey, if Ryan pull this off, Ryan gonna be. I'm talking about shock the world moment. People gonna go crazy. I'm telling you. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that Ryan can't win, but with everything that happened prior to getting in the door to the fight, you know, um, it's
The
gonna be
only thing
crazy
is if
shock the
like
world moment.
if, if I'm a boxer, I'm not gonna be eating candies, bags of Ruffles, chips, and stuff before a fight. Like especially when you're supposed to be breaking weight and so. And I don't know. It's just I just it's not a good look for you, Ryan. Eating candy and stuff on these videos with these streamers and stuff. Like we want to see boxing. And everyone knows that you're a good boxer. We all know that Devin Haney's a great boxer, and right now Devin's looking like it's all business with him. That's all I'm saying. I'm
Oh
not trying to.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, I can't remember what fight it was. I think it was after the Lomachenko fight or right before the Lomachenko fight. Felt like Devin started trying to become like the bad guy, and he's not. I don't think he's like fully playing into it like right away, but he is talking a little trash. I mean, but I'm just gonna be honest. If he doesn't fight, if Ryan doesn't show up, I don't want to see Devin fight. Uh, they back up. I want to see him fight somebody else, somebody who's going to actually give him a challenge. You know what I mean? Like really. I don't know. Just like we're talking about the heavyweight division, you got to bring that back. Like that 140 division is loaded,
Yep.
loaded with like
Yeah,
top ranked fighters. You got like 13 people in the top 10.
yeah.
In my opinion, you know what I mean. So um, that like I said, I would like to see uh some unification bouts. Nothing like to see some unification bouts in the 140. Um, speaking of that, fight cards. We got a lot of fight cards coming up. We got the Canelo fight card coming up. We got the Devin Haney fight card coming up. We got the Tim Zoo fight card coming up. Um, and we're looking at all these fight cards throughout the year, and we got one specific fight card that's coming up, and it's looking like it's the fight card of the year right now. And this ain't the first time or the second time this person has put on some great fight cards that have been like always in the running for fight card of the year. And I'm talking about the Devin Haney. I mean, excuse me, my apologies, great apologies. The Javante
Joe,
Tank Davis, Devontae Tate Davis, Frank Martin fight card is looking like it is the fight card of the year. So boxing, right? Let's talk about boxing, but let's talk about the business
damn
of
yeah.
boxing. Talk about being a face of boxing. Being a face of the boxing is doing what Javante Tank Davis has done for the last 3 years. Continuously put on one of the best, if not the best, fight card of the year. Grabbing fighters who have been um um have lack of activity, grabbing up great prospect fighters, grabbing, fighters who need a little bit more exposure to push their career a little farther. Uh, this man and his promotion team have been doing an excellent A1 job. And it's not just the knockouts that makes him the face of boxing, but it's these fight cards this young man is putting on that is, for me, making him the new face of boxing. Because who doesn't want to watch a Tank Davis fight card, a GTD fight card? And right now, it's looking like who don't want to be on a GTD fight card, because not only do we have, like I said, Tank Davis fighting Frank Martin, but we got David Benavidez fighting on this card. We got, and who is David Benavidez fighting again?
Some Russian guy. I don't know his name.
Right. Okay, but he's getting ready to
No,
fight.
Ukrainian, right?
Let's see
He might be
here.
Ukrainian. I'm not sure it's Russian or Ukrainian. I'm not positive. I don't want to put my stamp on him, because I'm not positive.
Gotcha. When did they fight? Don't they fight
Eh,
like May 18th? They fight like I think the week after Canelo.
He's fighting some dude named Alexander Gazartov at
Hold
175.
on, hold on. That let me see his face.
That's the name right here
See it?
for my Russian and Ukrainian people.
Does it say where he's from?
It does not say where he's from.
I'm pretty sure.
Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, he's
He's from
Ukrainian.
Ukraine. Gazov, GVOZDYK. The fighter is 20 wins, 1 lost, and 16 knockouts. Is a former light heavyweight champion. A title he won with the 10th round KO over decision stalwart Adonis Stevenson in 2018.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard this guy's nice. This Ukrainian.
And then he was out, retired 2020, came back and fought Beterbiev and lost. And then
Oh, so that's not bad then. That's his. Is that his only loss?
he won his last fight too.
So his only loss
Won
is
his-
against Arda Benavides.
I believe so. Yes. Beterbiev.
Yes.
And that's
Oh,
not
that's
bad.
not
That's not
bad
a bad
then.
loss.
Yeah.
That's not a bad loss. I don't care, especially coming off of a
So he's pretty much
Let him
getting
know.
he's got the rematch with Benavidez pretty much in this card, right? So that's gonna be a good fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like this fight card is gonna be one of the best fight cards.
And people always
Tank. Tank is the I don't care what anybody says. He's since he's beat on
Been
Ryan.
on his
He
own.
really is the face of boxing now, and everybody wants to fight on his card. When they see Tank, it's a seller, you know.
and after this fight too, we gotta stop putting some respect on Tank's resume. Rolly, Ryan Garcia, Frank Martin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His resume is not looking as bad as people make it seem.
Right. Right. And then we have on that same card, we got David Morrell against
Boo boo.
David Andrade, Boo Boo, right? That's gonna
Yeah.
be a
Hmm.
great fight.
Facts, yeah.
That's gonna be a great fight. Um, then we got it's another big fight on that card too. Um,
De Los Santos.
well, not a big fight, but a notable fight and a good fight that I definitely um would like to see Edwin De Los Santos because the last fight from Edwin De Los Santos was against Shakur Stevenson, and I want to see his performance in this fight because for me, it seemed like Edwin De Los Santos just couldn't cut off the ring with Shakur, and maybe that's Shakur defense, but Shakur was moving a lot in that fight, and that's what made the fight what it was. If Edwin De Los Santos is willing to learn how to cut off the ring better, I like to see a rematch before Shakur fight any bigger names. I would love to see Shakur fight Devin. I would love to see Shakur fight Tank. I would love to see Shakur fight Ryan Roley, Pitbull Cruz, but I want to see Shakur actually get in there. Shakur got to fight.
Yeah, he
Even
gotta
Devin
get
Haney
the get
showed,
back.
yeah, you got it. Even Devin Haney showed that and that he could beat somebody convincingly. Like that's something that Devin Haney does. Even though he may not get a knockout, when Devin Haney wins, he beats people convincingly, and that's
Yeah.
something that you can't take away from him. Every time that
Besides
he beats somebody,
Lomachenko, pretty much every
yeah,
fight.
yeah, pretty much every fight. I'll say maybe, and not to say that he
Aaron,
won't do this. He got,
Aaron messaged the group.
I think it was like um, 2 or 3 fights, not many, but definitely very few fights that Devin Haney looked challenged.
Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, like you said, he outboxes them and makes it look easy 9 out of 10 times.
Right. Un momento, por favor. Matter of fact, Aaron say he just got home, so let's see if he's gonna come on in or not.
Or how about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
Ooh, man. Are we gonna see the same thing as AJ and Francis Ngannou? That would be my biggest question to that fight.
Who
Because
you
you
think?
said AJ
Who's gonna be AJ?
Tyson.
No.
Listen, I don't care how old you get once you have a certain skill set at a certain level, man. That's like old Chinese masters and senseis, you know what I'm saying, in martial arts. Like, yeah, they might have got old, but you do not want to mess with them folks
Still in good shape
when it's
too.
serious. Yeah.
Has
And
time to train.
him in that Evander Holyfield fight, Tyson had definitely had the advantage in that fight. Tyson looked more like a boxer than Holyfield. Holyfield was so man.
You know what, too?
Ngannou, un-
He, Jake Paul's fighting like that guy was like a part-time Uber driver. Not to
Yo,
disrespect him, the last guy he fought, he worked part-time as a Uber driver. Like he's not fighting like a guy on a Mike Tyson type of level. Even though Mike Tyson's pushing 60, he's in good shape still. And Jake Paul never fought a guy on Mike Tyson's level. It's obvious, you know.
nah, come on. Multiple world
even Jake Paul
champion.
himself admits that he's scared of this fight. So
But
you
it's a
know
big
this.
money fight. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it's a big money fight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna definitely tune in and see what happened on that fight.
I always liked Mike Tyson too, so it's gonna be nice to see if he has one or two left in him, you know, before he finally says, "Oh, I'm too old for this shit." You know, that's my guy, Mike, right there. He's one of the few old guys everybody knows, even though he's old. Don't run your mouth around this guy, because
Right.
he'll get you.
Mike's
He's a big money fight.
gonna beat him up.
Yeah, you never question Mike, you know? Like, Mike's a badass. I don't care if Mike's 80, he's always going to be a badass, you know? And he's always going to be able to give a good fight. That's my opinion.
That's that's my
He
opinion
stays in
too,
good
man.
shape, too.
I am Mike Tyson. Listen, man, he ain't no joke. He ain't nothing to play with. He gonna do his thing. And listen, I watched some of his training videos, even back, like I said, throughout Holyfield, the Holyfield matchup, and I was like, well, he might not hit you with a bunch of them shots, but a couple of them shots he gonna hit you with, and them shots won't hurt bad,
Oh yeah.
and he make you rethink what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
the
no
thing.
devastating shot.
That's the thing, too. If I don't know if, like, they agreed it's just going to be like a light fight, and Mike agrees not to hurt him, you know? And he tries to take it easy like he did to Roy Jones and just go all 12 rounds and not really give him that knockout punch, you know? And just try to sell the fight like he is gonna get the knockout. You never know, you know?
Mike bet not. Mike bet not take a fall. It better go all 12 rounds. However many rounds it's supposed to go. That's all I want to see. I mean, as long as they do that and they kind of don't claim a champion, because
Yeah, I
Mike
hope
ain't
Mike
never
knocks him
touched the
out in the
belt.
second or third round and he says, "Oops, I forgot the game plan, Jake." You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be so funny. Listen, I'm gonna laugh so fast. Yo, but what I'm trying to remember, it was because it was a fight recently, and I thought the fight was gonna be a good fight, and it ended up being not a good. I mean, it ended up being a good fight for the winner, but not a good fight for um the person he was fighting. See who was that?
Who was that?
I'm trying to think.
one thing too I respect about Tank, like I was saying, everybody's criticizing his resume, but now that he's fighting Frank Martin, it's starting to look like, all right, maybe his resume is not that bad. Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, you know?
Roy a sound champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A world champion. You got Frank Martin and Ryan. Three great boxers. That's not bad, honestly. That's pretty good. A lot of guys don't want to
Yeah,
face these
definitely.
guys, honestly.
Yeah, right. And it would not take me back.
And all three guys are capable of knocking anybody out in their divisions, yeah. All three guys got power. They're knockout artists, you know?
And good fighter.
Yeah. No? All three guys. Frank
Relax.
Martin, Rolly, and Ryan.
Come on, Tank. Since I'm a Tank fan, so I'm gonna tell you like this: Tank been proven why he's the face of boxing now, and I, I feel like he's gonna beat on Frank Martin and tell people why he's the best. Simple as that. It's time to give him his flowers, man. He don't sideline. He don't hide from no fights. You know, he just steps in the ring and does that beautiful. I don't know. It's more than just that power of his. He has the brain when it comes to fighting, and I just love seeing him pick people's pocket when he fights for some. You know, so you gotta give Tank his flowers. You know, he's
Frank Martin's no slouch. People
Yeah.
are gonna try to discredit him if he beats him.
Yo, what it do, fella?
It's big.
Oh. Hey man, hit me one time, bro.
Welcome to All Boxing Broadcast.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. Yeah, man.
Hey, hey,
bro.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn my camera on. Bruh, I was watching before I came in,
Okay.
and I heard the Tyson. I heard the Tyson and Jake Paul, and then I heard somebody talking about Tank. Who that was you, Paulie?
It might have been me. The resume stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Tank. Yeah. Tanking Frank Martin.
Yeah, no, I was saying like people criticize Tank's resume, but after this fight, his last few fights are pretty good. Rolly, Ryan, and Frank Martin.
Yeah. And man, so Ryan Garcia gonna have a good resume, but it's gonna be a losing resume. You feel me? It's gonna be a
that's
losing.
why I can't hate on him though, because you need boxers like Ryan.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody with some nuts who gonna get in there and bang with the best. You feel me? Somebody got to fight.
So, I got a question. Right, Aaron, I know y'all watch a little bit of UFC, right?
Yeah, I'm in there checking it out now. I just got back home, man. We was around there. I was helping my the in-laws put the grill together.
Y'all know who Nate Diaz is?
Oh yeah.
Can Ryan be the Nate Diaz of the 135, 140 pound division?
Boxing?
Yeah, he can win some fights, but some fights he gonna lose. But he can
like a gatekeeper.
And sell a big fight.
I think he'll beat Nate Diaz. Yeah.
He just gotta win. He gotta win some more than he loses, though.
Hell, Jake Paul beat Nate Diaz.
No, I'm saying, can Ryan be the Nate Diaz of the 140?
Oh, can he be? Oh,
like a gatekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible.
because he can win some fights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he gonna be able to talk smack, sell a fight, like you said. He said that's the big thing that he on. Is the marketing of the fight. He said he gonna market this fight like crazy. Um, and I mean, let's be honest. He is the when you come talking about selling point. He sold more pay-per-views than Devin Haney has. He's experienced that. Even if it was just once in his career, he knows what that looks like. That's kind of like when Mayweather fought McGregor and Canelo. They learned how to market themselves after that fight. You know, losing against Mayweather you didn't just lose. You got taught a great lesson in that fight. You know what I mean? So hopefully Ryan
Yeah,
Garcia
I'm
can
with
take
you.
that Tank loss and take this one and be like, oh yeah, I'm about to market myself. Win with the draw. Shoot, I'm get me another couple of fights. He took a couple of fights and he won. And he came back and now he white. Now he say he ready. That's what he take. We need, like you said, we need those fighters like that in the game.
Yeah.
They don't mind taking a loss and coming back and proving themselves again. They coming back and fight.
Hey fellas, where the hell Tomato Pan at?
He said he was sharing. He had jumped on a few.
No.
What you call it? I agree too. Maybe Ryan could try to get inspiration from Canelo and say, "Hey, Canelo lost
To Mayweather.
to Mayweather, and that's what he did with his career. He bounced back and learned from the loss, learned how to move his head. One of the same issues Ryan has, you know. Try to be the face of boxing and not let a loss phase him.
Did he ever lose to Triple G?
Who?
No, he tied him.
Oh,
They
Canelo.
had a draw.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
one draw and then Canelo won the last two.
And he only lost to Dimitri Bivol and Mayweather.
Man, when it come to that face of boxing thing, man, I feel like you gotta fight more than once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be active. You gotta be active to be
My bad. I kind of hit it. Doug as fuck.
Aaron would say to be the face of boxing, you got to be active. I think he was saying you got to fight at least once or twice a year to be
more. I think more than you gotta fight more. I mean, if you think four fights a year too much? I mean, four might be borderline, depending on how bad the fight is. But I know three is definitely doable. You know what I'm saying? And these guys nowadays, bro, they only fighting like 2 times a year, man. Like
That sucks.
Canelo, he throwing hands at least 4 times a year. Seems like it.
You know what it is too? I feel like these guys, they don't want to fight a dangerous fight 4 times a year. No. But at the same time, they could do like 3 fights and do like a big fight, a tune-up, and another big fight, or 4 fights and do a tune-up, a big one, a tune-up, a big one, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's why that guy, the Monster, won Fight of the Year, because he fought like, 4 times, and Crawford fought once?
Yeah.
Like, if Crawford was more active, and he was fighting the way he was fighting, he would easily beat Fight of the Year.
Right.
Definitely understand that. But I was giving Tank a little edge because not only his fights, because people want to see his fights, the fight cards that he's been putting on for with his promotion for the last 3 years. You know what I mean? And who we know that he wanted to fight before he got house arrest. So you know, but he is definitely doing something different in boxing that we haven't really seen with with building his fight card.
Right.
So this man
Right.
got three big fights, one including himself, and then a very intriguing fight in the Edward De Los Santos fight
Right.
that
Right.
people definitely want to see. So people going to tune in for all four
Right.
fights, those main four fights, and we're not even talking about his undercard. I'm pretty sure that's going to be loaded with prospects.
Right.
Yeah, it's good for boxing. That's going to be the fight card of the year. That's what we need. We need more stat cards. I feel like that's a thing lacking in boxing. You got like the main event and then like three shitty fights,
Right.
or just a main event and the main event are good. You want to see like four good fights.
Right.
Right. It's like I know it was one fight card I was watching, probably the Shakur card. It was like two fights, and I was like, that's it. It was it's some other fight card, like you say. You only tune in for the co-main event sometimes, and then the main event because of who fighting, and that definitely is what can affect boxing ratings. But when you put on a loaded card like Tank does, that makes a difference because they're gonna watch it from beginning to end.
Exactly. Exactly. I gotta agree with my boy. He's definitely right. Because them who wants to just watch one fight? Like we already know what a Tank or a Ryan. We already know we're gonna get in those fights. But when that whole card is stacked, it just keeps you tuned in and it keeps you wanting to see every fight. So definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, but also basic cards for the last 3 years actually. This will be his third year um doing this. Ever since he broke away from Mayweather, you know. And let's talk about this too because we see that Mayweather set a pattern, and we see, Gervonta Davis as a student. We see him take that pattern and duplicating it in his own way. Why don't we see other boxers, especially these like Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, but what could be some things that's holding them back from putting on loaded fight cards like this? Now that we see Tank do it, you know what I mean? And he's not Mayweather, of course. He's his own being in his own right. And but he bet on himself literally in a sense because he could have stayed with Mayweather. You know what I mean? But he chose to go on his own. Why don't we see more boxers doing that since we see that blueprint does work?
You know what it is too? These the promoters, they just know how to outsmart the boxers, and sometimes they got them in a deal where they can't buy their way out. Like Mayweather, he was able to buy himself out. Sometimes they don't make enough money, and they don't want to take the risk at the same time. And sometimes I feel like they want to yeah, they want to leave it to them, but at the same, like Ryan Garcia's case, like I think Ryan would want to start his own promotion thing, but he's locked into contract obviously with Oscar.
Think think this is last fight. I think he had one more fight on that contract. Not really sure. We
Uh,
can probably dive into some of these contracts at a later
they,
date.
they asked Ryan in an interview recently how many fights he has with Golden Boy left, and he said he doesn't know. So I'm not sure myself personally.
That's and one thing I understand just as a businessman, this contracts and man, one thing you really gotta pay attention to is what's in your contract because if you don't, you just set yourself up. You like you say, you went there into a I don't know situation.
Maybe he knows and he's not telling us, or maybe he really doesn't know. Like you know, as a businessman too, like sometimes you hide things, you know, and you move strategic.
Very much so, very much so. I mean, maybe
And I
he
feel like
just
that's what Ryan does. He moves strategically. He doesn't like. I feel like all this stuff's a gimmick. A lot of it. I really don't buy into it. You know. I feel like it's a gimmick. Like I'm used to it with Ryan. I'm just waiting for the fight. I see him training. All right. I'm not really too big on the social media stuff. Like I really don't care. Let's get to the fight, you know?
right. And I think that Ryan is using this to make Devin Haney seem more likely, make everybody doubt him so he can come out on top. Not saying in dominant fashion, but in the best fashion that he can. Everything is a tactic, you know. And yeah, boxers always play mind games all the time, all the time. Um, but we have not seen fireworks like this, I guess, in a while. No answers like Ryan does, but like this, I feel like this is going to stir some things in the boxing world that we'll start seeing more trash talking, even more trash talking now. Um, Kind of like it was in the Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman days. Um, even Mike Tyson in his days. Um, you know,
It's good for the
stuff like
sport.
that for boxing. Yeah, it is. It is. It
Like
definitely is.
like Conor McGregor, he made the most money in the UFC, and I don't think he's like the best in the UFC, but he's the best at promoting in the UFC, you know? And that's it really makes a difference. And same thing with boxing, and that's why Ryan, I feel like he's trying to open up. I feel like he feels like people will relate to him more and respect him more, and they gain more fans. He's trying to be like a Conor McGregor of boxing, like
Hey,
his own
so
version.
so if Ryan lose to Devin, where Ryan going? Which direction does he go from there, though? You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
think
two.
he
That's
will
two of the top guys.
I feel like it depends how bad he loses. If he looks good and he loses, then he'll still be a top dude. But if he looks like Regis Prograis, then yeah, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, it's gonna have him questioning his next move.
if he gets knocked out by Devin Haney, listen, Ryan need to, I don't know, do something else. Um, yeah, let me know some of that stuff was real. Um, yeah, because when's the last time Devin Haney? He didn't even he knocked down, but he didn't knock out Progress.
Yep. You know what too? I seen Ryan say that he wants his next fights to be Shakur if he can't land a Tank rematch.
Very
Yeah, he
much so,
openly
very
said
much
that on live with Shakur. That's right. I heard that. That's true.
Listen, Ryan gonna have to prove that in this fight right here. And if he don't, Like he got to look good. He got to really look good.
Ryan, he
I
needs to
think
win
with
this fight though, because if he doesn't, I think Ryan. I was overhearing you guys talk earlier. I think Ryan can almost feel like he hopes that he's almost out of his Golden Boy contract, because I could almost see him going on doing his own promotion,
PBC or something.
doing his own
Yeah.
promotion as himself. You know what I'm saying? Like a Tank Davis type thing.
Like Trending Up was saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. But he needs to win this fight, man. If you don't, he needs to.
At least look good.
Because his first fight was a big fight. That's your biggest fight. All right, you fight Tank Davis. All right, you lost. Now you're fighting Devin. That's another top dog in the division, pretty much. You need to prove this time that you could you could compete with these top dogs. You know?
And like Trending Up said, maybe he could be like Canelo. Maybe because Canelo needed to move his head more when he fought Mayweather. Maybe Ryan could pick that up too. Maybe he could start dodging punches, work on his defense a little more. We seen him trying to do the shell, right? Yeah. I think maybe he's focused more on defense from getting hit by Tank and getting rocked.
And I'm not trying to drag out the fight, but the more I look at Tank Davis fights, Tank Davis is known for hitting the body and hitting the head. I mean, we seen him put down Barrios because I know there was a little controversy of there was a spy in Ryan camp that Ryan had a sore rib or something like that,
Yeah.
and I just don't think that mattered. I think Tank already know to go to the body, go to the head. Like that's what he does. How he
But
attack Ryan is how he attack all fighters. And I always
because he's
he,
short too.
he tried to hit him with the uppercut a couple times. That didn't work. So he was like, okay, I guess the body ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna attack that, and that just makes sense for me. But I just wanted to put that out there because I know there was a lot of controversy around that fight. Well, a little bit of controversy, and they were talking about there was a spy in Ryan camp, and they knew Ryan had a hurt rib. I really don't think that Ryan had a whole rib or two other ribs extra, that it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? But that's how he fight. That's his style of fight. He's gonna break you down and knock you out.
Exactly. Exactly.
And everybody knows when you fight a taller guy, you're gonna hit him in the body. When you're short. And the other guy's taller.
Keep him still. Keep him from running around. And that's what he did. He just simple logic. It wasn't nothing difficult that he did. And like I said, he didn't need no spies. And then like how this man is training for the Frank Martin fight. Like they was talking about how a piece of this. So Tank is not only accurate. It's like he studies places to hit people. They were talking about how it was a part of Frank Martin's skull that was unusually thin and could be a place of attack for hits. And like that's just crazy to think that how this man processes and thinks when he's getting ready to fight an opponent. Like he says, okay, what are their weak points? All together, and he attacks those. And he does a very good job.
That's the thing about Tank. Like when he fought Rolly or Ryan, they're doing decent against him. Like I know Ryan got knocked down already, but they're doing decent. But Tank, he fails you out, and then he looks for that opportunity, like you said, and all he needs is one punch. So it's easy for Tank. It's not easy. It's he makes it look easy, but at the same time, like
He
that
makes
takes
great adjustments.
it takes IQ to do what he does. Even though he hits you once and knocks you out, don't overrate that because he looks for the opportunity to knock you out. You know, he finds the right time, the right moment, and then he goes for it. You like if he went in there thirsty for the knockout off the rip, it's not gonna go well for him. You know?
Right, right, right. That's the one thing I did like about how he came out in the Ryan fight. I thought he was gonna take time to actually sit back like he usually did in the process, but he came out swinging, he came out with a mission. I didn't think that he was gonna be as aggressive because usually he don't get aggressive until about round 3 or 4. He came out in round 2 like, oh, get down.
Yeah. I was watching it with Brian, and at the beginning, I was like, "Holy crap!" Brian's like putting it on him, and I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And then the second round, when he dropped Ryan, I was like, all right, now this is more like what I was thinking was gonna happen. You know, to be honest, because the whole time I was thinking Tank. But in the first round, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little like, what? Wait a minute, was I? Is Ryan actually gonna pull this off? I was for like a little bit in the first round. I was like, oh, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe Brian could win. You know?
I still confidence for Tank. I knew he
Yeah,
was gonna
the
do it.
whole time, Ryan.
The whole time I was confident. I said, "Watch what's gonna happen." That boy's already doesn't know what's coming his way. And I just seen him bow on his butt. I said, "Oh, wow!" And then once he hit him with that nice shot inside the rib, I said, "Yeah." And he took his knee. I said, "Yeah, Ryan, I would have did the same thing." You know.
Hurt. Man,
Yeah.
man, listen.
And you can't, like you were saying earlier, you can't say that you. Everyone's saying that. Oh, Ryan already injured his rib. No, bro. Ryan did. Ryan got hit a couple times before that shot in the stomach and stuff near the ribs, and it wasn't bothering him. But when Tank really caught him with that nice shot, that's when it hurt him. So don't people need to stop with that narrative that his ribs were already hurt. No, they wasn't. That's all cap.
Right. Yeah, that's all cat right there, man.
Because
And
if
I
not,
think Tank,
the first time Tank touched them in the first thing, the first quarter, if you noticed, it's like a minute and a
he
half
went
in.
down.
Tank hit him with a little body shot. He would have been crouched over and been hurting. You feel me?
And the way these guys train, they're all a lot of them go into fights with a unknown injury. You know, nothing too serious, or they wouldn't fight. But a lot of these guys on 100%. Just like me, you, or Brian, we're not 100% every day. Yeah,
And then they spar. You know, some of the sparring matches get intense and things happen
and
in the
that's the
sparring.
thing too. Like, so, as boxing fans, we see a guy sparring like a world champion. Oh, he got hit in sparring and he got rocked. Oh, he's a bum. That's not true, dude. Anybody could get caught. You know, this is boxing at the end of the day. Anybody could get caught, or anybody could get into a sparring match and lose. Even world champions that are great, they lost to bums in sparring before. So I feel like we need to stop this whole, oh, this guy got hit in sparring or something like that.
Because
Everybody has a bad day.
world champions, they'll fight different. They'll spar different boxes in one day just to prepare for a fight to get different styles out the way.
Yeah, they might
Right,
spar 5, 10 different guys in one day or 1 week. You know.
right. And you know, fights happen in months, sometimes years, and that's a lot of action right there. And in the short period of time, that it could have been a fatigue day.
That's
Um,
why I believe like sparring belongs in sparring, and another reason we don't record the whole sparring match. I mean, they usually don't show you the whole sparring match. You see like edited clips. I'm not even talking about the Devin Haney situation. I'm saying like most of the time with anybody that posts sparring. If we didn't see the whole video, then how do we know really what happened? You know,
right, right, right. Hey man, my battery running low.
I'm saying,
About to go dead. Hey man, it's been great. You already know what we do, man. We chop it
yeah.
up. We talk about boxing. We talk that talk. Man, y'all tune in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know how to do. Yes, yes, yes. Get it in, get it in, get it in.
You already know.
Yep.
Welcome
You
to
know,
All Boxing Broadcast.
Hey man,
if you don't
this
like,
is trending
gotta
up.
like.
Paulie,
Brian.
Hey,
subscribe.
get out of here, fool.